Welcome, and thank you for joining us. This is an announcement I've been looking forward to since the earliest days of Kandji. In the past, IT and InfoSec operated with independent mandates. The InfoSec mandate was to secure the company and its users, while IT was charged with enabling employees to work productively. But today, the stakes around endpoint security are company life and death. And at the same time, device usability is now a primary driver of company productivity. As a result, these teams must work together to keep their users both secure and productive. Unfortunately, their tools were built for a world in which there was a wall between them. So we asked a simple question: what would it take to just tear down the wall, to truly harmonize these teams and their systems? The answer is what we're announcing today. It's a new approach that we call device harmony, and it's all about tearing down the wall and bringing IT and InfoSec together to keep every Apple user secure and productive. Device harmony builds on the breakthrough work we've done in device management. The new device harmony platform we're announcing today will deeply connect IT and InfoSec capabilities that used to be spread out among 5 different product categories: device management, vulnerability management, endpoint detection and response, endpoint visibility, and endpoint compliance. Kandji's new device harmony platform will connect each of these capabilities with shared intelligence, automation, and workflows designed for the cross-functional manner in which these teams work. With device harmony, these teams can unlock a comprehensive view of every endpoint to create a shared reality between IT and InfoSec. And ultimately, they can provide users with the most elegant native to Apple experience possible while maintaining a strong security posture. 2 new pillars of device harmony, vulnerability management and endpoint detection and response, are right around the corner. These will be followed by our next 2 pillars, endpoint visibility and endpoint compliance, which we'll be previewing early next year. Here to tell you more is Weldon.
Thanks, Adam. We have 2 exciting product announcements to share with you today: vulnerability management and endpoint detection and response. Let's dive right into the first new pillar of the device harmony platform. Vulnerability management with Kandji is for teams who want to understand their risk profile across macOS. It will give you a complete view of your software vulnerabilities, help you prioritize which ones to take action on, and mitigate or eliminate those risks using Kandji's existing software update and device management capabilities. Having vulnerability intelligence interwoven with device management brings IT and InfoSec onto the same page. It changes the workflow from reactive to proactive. We believe InfoSec and IT teams want deeper collaboration to burn down vulnerabilities, and we built this to make that a reality. The new vulnerabilities view in Kandji is where you'll see a list of all your vulnerabilities, what they are, and which ones are the most severe. The risk score helps you prioritize which ones to address first. Once you look into a vulnerability for additional context, you can then identify the affected devices and software. We designed this view to be easy to digest, making vulnerability management accessible and actionable to a broader team. But that's not the end. You can then move directly into taking action to eliminate or mitigate the vulnerability. Kandji gives you the power to block apps, uninstall apps, or upgrade software as needed. Many common vulnerabilities may be able to be patched by Kandji's Auto Apps, a comprehensive library of commonly used apps at work. With Auto Apps, you can set the enforcement deadline, and we take care of all the other aspects of patching, along with delivering something often overlooked: the user experience on Mac. Here's Laura to give us a behind-the-scenes look at just how these vulnerabilities are identified and cataloged.
The Kandji agent on each Mac inventories all the software on the system. It looks at its metadata and taxonomizes those files to match them up with known vulnerabilities. Kandji pulls in all the CVEs from the National Vulnerability Database and checks those application bundles against the identifiers provided in the CVEs. Instead of taking the periodic scanning-based approach of legacy vendors, we have a lightweight service built into the Kandji agent that listens to endpoint security framework events. It detects any application bundle changes on a Mac and isolates vulnerability-related updates. Our system prioritizes what the user is doing over what we're doing in the background, which means we never get in the way of work. By eliminating ongoing scanning and only detecting changes, you get real-time monitoring that uses almost none of the Mac's resources during normal use.
Thanks, Laura. Weaving these pieces into a single platform dedicated to Apple devices means you get a fast and seamless workflow to see the state of your vulnerabilities and mitigate your risks while preserving the elegance of the Mac user experience. This brings me to the next pillar of the device harmony platform. Today, we're revealing our expansion into endpoint detection and response, with industry-leading performance and extensive threat detection for Mac right out of the gate. From day one, Kandji's detection and response will monitor all files and applications on the Mac, hook into Apple's endpoint security framework, scan files in real time to determine if they're malicious, kill processes, quarantine files, provide alerts and notifications, and enforce custom allow block lists. It will do all this through one unified Kandji agent, giving you detection and response, vulnerability management, and device management in a single high-performance agent. Deployment will be straightforward. You customize the forthcoming Kandji library item to your desired security posture, assign it to one or more blueprints, and then enable it. The Kandji agent will then kick off a baseline scan on all Mac computers within those blueprints. After that point, it will monitor and respond to threats in real time. You'll be able to see the threat events detected in the Threat Events view, which will provide information such as the threat name and classification, along with any relevant actions and their dates. With the posture configured to Protect mode, the Kandji agent automatically kills any malicious processes and quarantines malicious files within seconds of their presence on a computer. Vendors typically adopt two branches of methodology for endpoint detection and response: pre-execution and post-execution. Pre-execution can apprehend almost all malware variants. It reduces the risk of malware executing and the security software being unable to stop it in time or at all. Post-execution can detect threats without ever having to see the malware. It's based on the typical actions that malware takes. Each has its benefits, but our extensive testing has shown the right approach is to combine both. Here's Devin to tell us more about the intelligence powering this groundbreaking new engine.
Thanks, Weldon. The key to a solid endpoint detection and response product is a robust research program to stay on top of new and upcoming threats. Having the correct people, intelligence feeds, and tools are critical to understanding the fast-changing threat landscape. We divide our intelligence team into threat researchers and detection engineers. Our researchers dive deep into the internet while exploring attack vectors on the Mac. They look for insight into what criminal actors are using and how they intend to expand. The detection engineers curate methods that prevent current and future malware variants with the following: behavioral analytics from Apple's Endpoint Security Framework, reverse engineering tools, unknown files from endpoints, and indicators of compromise from our researchers. While most other detection and response tools view Mac security as an afterthought, it is the sole focus of our team. By giving this undivided focus to threats and threat behaviors on the Mac, this pillar of device harmony platform will be second to none in its protection for Mac computers. To tell you more, here is Laura.
Kandji's event-driven data infrastructure for endpoint detection and response is designed to create connections at massive scale and to react to threats almost instantly. Our cloud-based infrastructure can handle hundreds of millions of events every day, and thanks to our platform's modern technology architecture, is ready for enterprise scale from day one. We possess hundreds of millions of malware definitions, and our data stores automatically ingest new data from threat feeds and from researchers as they encounter them in the wild. Our internal data exploration tool streams threat data into machine learning models to detect anomalies and do predictive modeling. This allows it to catch malware before threatening behaviors show up on devices. Beyond today, our data infrastructure will set the stage for even more exciting opportunities for customers across other pillars of the device harmony platform.
Thanks, Laura. This is just a preview of what's to come, and the first of many innovations we have planned in this space. We will continue to expand our detection and response capabilities to include richer telemetry, deeper monitoring, and advanced behavioral analytics. Early access for vulnerability management is currently live, and endpoint detection and response will be in early access soon. If you're a Kandji customer, get in touch with our team if you're interested in joining an early access group. And if you're new to Kandji, request access today at kandji.io. To tell you more about what this means for our customers across InfoSec and IT teams, here's Chaim.
We're taking all the things that make Kandji today, which are ease of use, the intuitiveness, the flexibility of the UI, pre-built automations, and the ability to have more daily impact from your dedicated resources, and we're expanding the scope. You can now create a collaborative environment between IT and security. When it comes to vulnerability management and endpoint detection, historically, the security team has had the tooling. They identify the issues, and things get tossed over the wall to IT. But now we're saying there is no wall. This core functionality is built into our device harmony platform, and it allows the security and IT team to be successful simultaneously through collaboration. And that's one of the biggest challenges companies face today. Not my tool, not my problem. Well, now it's everyone's tool, and you can succeed together using it. So now when the security operations team get notified and the IT team also receives that same information, instead of scrambling to find all the data, you already have both the context and the action right in front of you. If you want to implement some additional controls, you can do that instantaneously with a click of a button. It's all about transforming the relationship between IT and security into a collaborative, unified effort to keep every user secure and productive.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. What we've announced today is just the start. We will continue to deliver innovations across each and every pillar of device harmony. The Kandji team is committed to this mission, to tearing down the wall between IT and InfoSec and bringing these teams together to keep every Apple user secure and productive. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon.